Hello, welcome, Cabbage here. In War of the Visions Global, let's look at the Unit UR Challenge Bingo Board. I think that's the right order. But this is a global-only feature. I have some theories for why that is. But we can click on Challenges, go to UR Unit Challenge, and then there are 4 bingo boards, and then throughout this we can get Shadowlynx, and then a bunch of her shards, and then we can get Mediena, and a bunch of her shards as well. From the player's perspective, this is of course great news. Everyone can potentially get one of the best farmers in the game, who's also a unit that is often good for high difficulty content. And then Shadowlynx is an MR. She's also really good for high difficulty content because dark/units are very useful. So the video could end here. I could just say, this is great, everybody level up Shadowlynx and Mediena. But I have to consider how this affects the meta and the company. And then also maybe what it says about the company that they are making this move, and also only in global. And then I do encourage people to look at things from the point of view from the company, because, you know, from the point of view of a player, maybe something doesn't make any sense or maybe it's infuriating. But if you look at it from the point of view of the company, maybe it can make more sense and then your stress levels will go down. But first, thinking about the meta, 3 random UR tickets to everyone is not that big of a deal, so I don't think we need to talk about that too much. It's a nice leg up for new users and free-to-play users. Concerning the get of Mediena, I don't know if the meta will be too much impacted as far as PvP. She's a glass cannon, so she can be handled pretty easily, especially by fast or ranged attackers or by rain. When I face her in PvP, she doesn't scare me like Kitufe or Gilgamesh. Multiplayer maybe also will be improved as far as joining teams, since everyone accepts Mediena, whether they should or not. And then from a PvE point of view, thinking ahead, the future content there, I also don't think everyone having a Mediena is going to change things too much, so they're not going to probably adjust like bosses or whatever. From a personal point of view, giving everyone Mediena, I feel will reinforce her status as a crutch unit. So that makes me sad. It's my dream that all players will realize and appreciate the depth of the game, and giving everyone a Mediena is an obstacle to that dream. But to be honest, most players wouldn't care if they knew about the depths. Anyway, so whatever, might as well give everybody a Mediena. Everybody on Reddit and everybody making comments on YouTube are a fraction of the actual user base. It might be like 10% or less, really. And then Mediena is a unit that I feel like everyone should work on anyway if they had her. You can take a look at my top investments video. And I can't really think of a UR to give to everybody that I would rather that they give. Jiza might be a good one, but Mediena is the more useful unit, I would say. Maybe instead of giving everybody Jiza, they can make some free MR unit in the future. That has a Trust Master that will give you AP refresh. As for why this reward system is in global only and not in JP, is because I feel that global players are cheap and demanding, which is the worst possible customer. But it's the smart thing to do, I feel like, because where mobile gaming is now, if you're not piling on the rewards and making it easy for new players to get into it, and trying to make the user base feel special, then you're not competing with everybody else. And the developers of this game, War of the Visions, they have shown time and again that they do understand this fact. And they also understand that there is a difference between JP players and global players. JP players have a gambling problem, and they also love to suffer. Global players are not like that, so they need to be treated differently. And this is a good step, I would say, in that direction. And although my first reaction, hearing about giving away Mediena to everyone, it was like the company giving in to the unrealistic requests of the whiners. Actually, there's some kind of secret pride to be had here on the part of the company, because offering Mediena was a proactive choice. No one, no matter how whiny they were, was demanding that they hand out Mediena to everyone, and that's a great way to shut someone up. To go so far above and beyond that you make their whining look ridiculous, and you humble them. You kill them with kindness, in other words. If you've worked in service or sales, you know what I'm talking about. So it's actually kind of a power move, and I respect it. The only people who really deserve to be upset with this are the ones that just maxed her yesterday. Sucks to be you. You still made the right decision, it's just bad luck, and no one could have seen this coming. And then as for the Chicken Littles out there heralding that global is dying, pointing to this or pointing to App Store scores, shh, you're not impressing anyone, and you're just stirring up fear in people needlessly. People have been making these claims for years, whether it be for Monster Strike, or Puzzles and Dragons, or Brave Exvius, or Othelonia, or Shadowverse, and guess what? All those games are still around. And I would consider War of the Visions a heavy hitter like them. Little tremors don't mean too much to a big game, even if there are a lot of them. The things worth paying attention to are installed user base, profits, and then gigantic negative game mode changes, such as disabling online multiplayer. One unusual bundle or one overly generous reward is not an indication of anything. And to be honest, even just one of those big things that I just mentioned is still not really an indication. A game can go on for years with a small dedicated fan base. One bad earnings report can be for something not related to the game, like when X-Flag produced the anime movie Promare for the Trigger Studio. It tanked their earnings for the quarter, but they bounced back the next quarter. But yeah, when a game contracts, when it takes away in some major way, that's generally a bad sign. Mobile games, in general, expand. They make more game modes, more units, more quality of life updates, more rewards. It's when games are stagnant for months, or take away, that you should be worried. When they first lowered the number given and then nerfed the functionality of select tickets in Brave Exvius, that made me worried. The select tickets were clearly eating into the bottom line of the game in some real way. And yet, neither the JP nor global versions have shut down, so I don't know. And then you could even interpret that by giving this stuff out, it's a sign the game is doing well. You look at other super successful games that have gone on for years, and it's almost embarrassing how much stuff they give out. Like, it's frequently like, oh, is this okay? And that's the same feeling that I get from Mediena here. It's like, oh, this is a lot. But by doing this, you also lower the bar to entry, which is important so that you can attract newer players. FFB, when I played that, it was so miserly. It felt like I was trying to squeeze blood from a stone. But anyway, I think that will do it for my spiel about the UR Unit Challenge Bingo Board. I expect that this will come to JP sometime, but I don't know. Maybe first anniversary? I don't know. But anyway, let's go ahead and let's claim all this stuff here. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. And then for the previous bingo board, I also got 40 shards here from just the Get of Mediena. And then even before this bingo board came around, I already maxed Shadowlynx, so I got a bunch of Mog coins for her. And I have something to say about this. So here, we'll go to Soul Medals, we'll go to the MR ones. And then as you can see, I have a lot of medals here for all of the Shadowlynx overflow. I would not recommend getting these MR tickets or these Azure Vision Spheres. The Vision Spheres, they're not that rare that I think that you want to use your Mog coins here. And then these Summon tickets, you don't know what you're get, so I don't know if this is worth it either. I would definitely save all of your Mog coins for shards of MR units. I have been talking about MR units lately, but they take a lot more effort than you might expect at first. So to be able to get more shards for them through this way, I think is really nice. And then where my JP account is, I have a number of MR units that are maxed, and so I'm getting these Mog coins at a faster pace, and so I'm making even more maxed MR units and getting more Trust Masters. And there will come a day when I have all of the MR units maxed, and then part of that will be because of the Mog coins here, so yeah. And then, actually, there are no MRs in here that I feel like working on in my global account, so I'm just going to wait. I'm going to wait for them to change the lineup here. Maybe when they add an MR that I'm more interested in, and then I'll do that there. And then same thing for the UR Mog medals. If you already had Mediena maxed and you have a few medals in here, I would also not buy these tickets or the spheres, and instead I would buy the shards for one of these characters that you want. Okay, but to end this video, let's pull some of those tickets. And we can do the rare tickets first, or the basic ones. Esper, I still want Tetrasilphid. Units, I want my first get of Rain or Victora. But duplicates of anybody that I'm working on would also be great. Oh, Rainbow! Good start. Alright, Mashiri, fine, fine. I am working on her in JP. She is well on her way to Limit Break 5. I'll do a review of her when she's done. Okay, thank you very much. And then let's go to Rare Summon. We're getting these brown tickets daily, so that's nice. So let's pull these 4 here. Alright, let's get some change. Change. Ah, okay. Okay, and then finally let's pull those 2 UR tickets. We'll do one at a time. Okay, unit. Victora, Rain. Ah, Ayaka, okay. I'm working on her. She is very close to Limit Break 4. We'll look at her in a second. Good, 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 good. I can put my Kiton Trustmaster on her and be very annoying. Alright. Rain, Victora. And go! Oh, come on! Alright, alright. Alright, so let's go to my unit screen. And let's look at Ayaka. And okay, 30 more shards to get her to Limit Break 4. I think I'll leave her at Limit Break 4 for a while. And then I can show you my Mediena. Alright, just need about 100 more and then I have her maxed. Her, actually, I was going to be happy to leave her at 89. I did that in JP and she was still super usable in that state. But since Global's giving me so many shards of her anyway, I might as well finish her up, so that is on the horizon. Okay, so those are my thoughts on the UR Unit Challenge Bingo Board, and then a look at my Mediena. Alright, that'll do it for this video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again. Take care.